Welcome back to the dopamine factory, everyone. It is rolling time once again. Last episode I rolled a series high 5 chunks in one day, all of which had basically 0 chunk tasks. Now we are up to 22 unlocked chunks, 18 chunks available to roll, and only 6 of those are possibly long grinds or death chunks at the moment. So there's still a comfy 66% chance to land on a pretty safe chunk. Let's get the episode rolling. And pick a new chunk. Oh, that's pretty fucking awkward. So, editing Lunata here. These first chunk rolls were done before the last episode was published and before I had a chance to read your comments, and yeah, you made me very aware that Kosa's Cove shouldn't be rollable. For some reason my brain went, you can't walk there, there's a mountain range in the way, and it's probably because I haven't been there since I last played a free-to-play account and didn't remember this shortcut. For a free-to-play account, this place is indeed only reachable by a boat, but Rellekker here could have walked there, as all of you pointed out. So that's why this roll is a bit awkward, but it's all good, there's basically no unlocks here anyway, so we'll just roll with it. Okay, I'll stop with the rolling chunks now, let's go ahead and check out Kosa's Cove. But before we do anything, always remember to do your farm runs. There's level of 40 farming on the account already. Pretty nice. I am already out of allotment seeds, I'm out of hop seeds, I only have these herb seeds and limpwort seeds, and I'm pretty close to being out of limpworts as well, so soon it's going to be only some herbs that I can plant, but super compost is also a very good source of farming XP. I already have about 200 of these, and it is very easy to make. You just buy pineapples here from the charter ships, bank them, and use them here on the compost bin. You can make 15 at a time, and it's, I think, 9 XP per super compost that you make, so it's not too bad. It's a decent source of farming XP as well. I actually did a couple more farm runs. I have only 1 Marensil seed, and then we have all of these others. I think I can farm some toad flax at the moment. Let's see, herbs. Yeah, 38 for toad flax, so I think I'm going to start farming those now. These are not going to last forever, but they will be for some time. But now, let's go ahead and check out Kosa's Cove, then we can get back into rolling. 1,000 coins, that is extortion. And Kosa's Cove is unlocked. Now, what do we have here? Obviously the charter crew members. We don't even have the other captain here yet before we unlock Port Sarim, I think. We have a bank and it is closed. Go away. Ram Ranch can't get through here. And on this other ship, there's nobody here. That is kind of peculiar. Why is the ship here if there's no one on board? That's the chunk, I suppose. We have the seagulls if we wanted to do some splashing training, but yeah, that's pretty much it. So that is the Kosa's Cove. Let's get back into the chunk picker. Well, that was another very quick roll. Now we just add this west side of this Kosa's Cove into the mix, and otherwise everything is the same. So let's go ahead and pick another chunk. Oh, Etzeteria, okay, that's one we have had for a very long time. So here, yet again, no chunk task at all, but we do have a bush patch, I think, so that's at least something. There's also a spirit tree patch right here, but that's not going to help us too much. We can add miscellanea in there, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Let's go ahead and check it in the game. Here we go, it says miscellanea on the sailor, but I promise you it will take us to Etzeteria. The docks are here on the right side of these chunks, so Etzeteria it is. We are unlocking this and sailing there. And here we are, and this is the music that everybody knows. This is the one that I always, almost always at least, use in my intros or also my outros and basically everywhere. I just love the music track. But anyways, the way we get into Etzeteria, we can either walk through there all the way, or we can use this convenient little shortcut that we have unlocked because we are a master of agility. Now, unfortunately, almost every activity here on Etzeteria and on Miscellanea as well requires the managing miscellanea, the quests that are associated with them that we cannot do yet. And yeah, the only thing we basically can do is this bush patch right here. And I think we also have a spirit tree patch right here as well, that we can only rake. We don't have a spirit seed, and even if we had, we couldn't really plant it. There's also the dungeon right there. We cannot access that either. And otherwise, yeah. Well, I guess one thing that we do actually have is the Island Greengrocer shop right here. It's actually a fairly useful shop. We can buy potatoes, cabbages, onions and tomatoes from here, which means that we can pretty easily make garden pies, for example, and maybe pizzas or something if we ever decide to make those, even though I don't have an access to cheese, so maybe not. Upstairs we only have the queen. Can we go and maybe bed and wed her or something? No, she doesn't want it. And we also do have a bank here, so that's at least something. But as for the bush patch, I think we can't even plant anything. Yeah, 48 is required for jangyberries, and that's the lowest bush sheet that we have, so we have to wait until 48 until we can make any use of that bush patch. But once we can, we actually have a decent amount of bush sheets right here. Can we chop these? No, this is the Queen's Forest. I think I saw the Queen's Forest right there in the castle, but yeah, anyways. That is Etceria. We will return here at 48 farming, and other than that, there's absolutely nothing to do in here. Back in the chunk picker, we have added miscellanea into here, and there's one interesting thing. There's a wheat field, which means Puro is now also available in miscellanea. So I think we now have 2 or 3 chunks that have wheat fields in them. So maybe the hunter grind is our next thing. We'll see. Time to pick yet another chunk. Courses South Shore. Oh my lord, we actually rolled it. Hi, yeah, it's editing Lunta here again. It's still very awkward, but yeah, here we go. This is a fun one. It's not a particularly useful or a particularly bad grind at all, but we have one chunk task. Obtain a shaman mask. It is a 1 in 1200 drop from ogresses. So it's gonna be a nice refreshing little mini grind. At least we get some range XP. I think they have a pretty good drop table for high alks and stuff like that. So, oh man, it actually has been so long since I have chased any drops on this account. I think the last one was the curved bone from Ice Trolls. So yeah, this is gonna be amazing, dude. So I think the best way to kill the ogresses for the shaman mask, I think, is going to be ranged. Our range gear is pretty decent. We have a U-short bow, adamant arrows, which I'm going to use. I also have a lot of mithril arrows and a couple of amethyst arrows, and we also have a lot of runite bars left if we ever want to do rune arrows as well. But I think the adamant arrows will be pretty fine for this anyway, so we're just gonna use those. And then we have all of our other beautiful gear. So our range bonus at the moment is plus 80. It's actually not too bad. So it's a very kind of goofy looking set. I mean, it's very Viking-esque, so at least it's very appropriate for the series. But yeah, let's go with this. We're also gonna bring some food, and I think that's pretty much everything. Let's go. Western Courser Carb. Let's unlock it. There's also this agility shortcut right here, but I can't cross it without completing the Courser's Curse quest, which requires at least Port Sarim and Remington chunks, if I'm not mistaken. So no new chunks unlocked here. Oh fuck. Oh shit, you can cross it. Ah, oh wow. Okay. I did not know this. I thought that this required the quest for some reason. So I guess we kind of now can roll these other chunks as well. There's the Hunter, 99 Hunter Cape thing, and the other Felder Pills and Myths Guild and everything. So, well, mistakes were made. I guess it's fine. It's just a little bit of a mistake, but sorry about that. Enter the hole of the ogresses. That sounded so wrong, but anyways, there are 2 different ogresses here. There are shamans and there are warriors, and their drop tables are basically identical. Their defense stats are basically identical, so the only thing is the shamans use magic, which can hurt us, and the warriors use melee, which we can save spot. So we are going to be killing the warriors, I think. Now, as for the place, I'm not sure which is the best place to kill them. We can't go in there, I think, but let's go and check that out. I think that requires Dragon Slayer 1 or something to access, so we probably can't get in here. There's a giant spider on the way. Jump to pillar. Yeah, we have not proved ourselves worthy, so I think that is Dragon Slayer 1. And then there's also this Myths Guild access right here, which requires Dragon Slayer 2, so we are not going to worry about that for a very long time. It would be cool, there's some dragons and stuff like that in there, but yeah, let's just stick to our goal right here. On the east side of this cave, there are a couple of very interesting things. There's a spade spawn, a raw tuna, a raw shrimp, and a bread, so you can get some food from here. There's also an eternal flame right there. So you can kind of sustain your food here if you need to. And then we could also, I think, telekinetic grab some gold bars here from the loot piles. But yeah, that's not really what I'm going after here. So, oh, there's also a gold necklace. Interesting. Anyways, this seems like a pretty good safe spot right here. So let's just start blasting these Ogress warriors with our beautiful adamant arrows and our U-shot bow. I'm hoping it's going to be a little bit more accurate than what I'm seeing at the moment. Okay, we're hitting pretty good. Should be no problem. 1.2k is the rate of the shaman mask from these guys, so we are going to be here probably for a little while hunting for this one item, but they do have a pretty decent drop table. First kill, what do we get? Let's see, the shaman mask. No, it's earth runes and big bones. Oh yeah, they drop big bones. That's going to be some decent prayer XP as well. Kill number 2. Let's see it. Chaos runes, 26 of them. Oh my, that is so good. That is why this is going to be a very, very good place for farming some runes. I really don't have a good way of getting any runes from anywhere. I mean, I guess elemental runes from the elementals in the workshop, but as for chaos runes, mind runes, stuff like that, this is going to be probably my best farm for a very long time, unless I unlock something like a pot's rim or something maybe, but I don't really see that happening anytime soon. Death runes, 12 of them, as I said. Yeah, this is a good place. So looking at the drop table of an Ogress warrior, the high elk value of 1 kill is 1.2k, which is already really good. So I'm gonna get a lot of cash from here. Not that I really need it, but it's always nice to have some more. Big bones from every single kill, obviously 15 prayer XP is going to be pretty good for prayer training as well. And the best part, of course, is the runes and ammunition. I don't really care about the ammunition. What I'm really excited for here is the runes. Chaos runes, laws, natures, deaths, cosmics, all the runes, and in pretty good quantities as well. As I already said, this is going to be my best rune farm for a very long time, unless I unlock something like a pot's rim, but I don't really see that happening in a pretty long time. So this is going to be a very familiar place for me. Even after I get the shaman mask, I'm just gonna come back here and train some ranged, get some easy levels, farm up some runes while I'm editing, stuff like that. So yeah, I'm going to love this place, absolutely. They also do drop some seeds, not that often and not that good seeds, but it's nice to have anyways. And also a lot of uncut gems. I don't really have a use for these. I already have a very high crafting level, but it doesn't really hurt anyways, does it? There's kill number 100 on the Ogress warriors. Already a lot of good stuff in my inventory. Let's just high elk this mithril shield. And yeah, you can see there's a lot of really good stuff in my inventory at the moment. Already like 60 law runes, 40 chaos runes, 50 death runes, basically 10 nature runes, I guess. I brought some of my own to high elk some stuff. A lot of elemental runes, some cosmic runes, gems, all that stuff. And I already have high elked a couple of battle axes, rune med helms, rune full helms, stuff like that. So yeah, this is going to be a very, very good place. I'm already kind of loving this. And it's very AFK just to save spot here. Just lure one of them, go into safe spot, and you just blast away with your arrows. And that's it. What is that? That's not the shaman mask, and it's way rarer than the shaman mask. Oh my lord. 112 kills for our first curved bone from the Ogress warriors. If you remember in episode, I think 10 or 11 or something like that, I killed, I think, over 7,000 ice trolls for one of these, just to get it on the collection log. 7,235 ice trolls for this little fucker right here. And I got like 20 something long bones for these. There's half of the log here and most of it is on mobile, but wow, okay. I wish this happened with the ice trolls, I guess, but oh, you're actually taking a piss here. The long bone. Okay, I mean, the long bone is 1 in 400, so it's not that rare. The curved bone is 1 in 5,000, so that's kind of fucked up. But I guess we are getting lucky in all the wrong places. Wow, okay, a Sergeant Damien random where I didn't have to move from the mat at all. I wonder how rare that is, but anyways, that's some Slayer XP. We like those. There's the first ranged level of the grind, 73 ranged. The XP is not really amazing here, 21k at the moment getting per hour, so I am kind of AFKing, I'm not really playing as efficiently as I could. We're up to 240 ice trolls at the moment, Ogre's Warriors, not ice trolls at the moment, but yeah, old habits I guess with the ice trolls, I don't know. Anyways, it's very good AFK time and it's pretty decent XP, 20k per hour, maybe I could get that to maybe 30k an hour if I didn't really AFK this hard, but it's fine, it's good. Stale baguette? No, bread rolls, I didn't even pick the right one. Oops. Wow, that is a drop and a half. A Snapdragon Seed and a Rune Med Helm in the same drop. I think it was like 80k or something. We're gonna high arc this. And I think that's my first Snapdragon Seed on the account. Pretty nice. We have 400 kills on the Ogre's Warriors and it's almost 1 AM here. It's already been like 2 days of this, just AFKing while editing some videos. And yeah, it's been pretty nice. It's really AFK. I'm just, you know, not paying almost any attention to this at all. But I think we are going to get to the 1.2k drop rate maybe in a couple of days. Unless I start really playing actively and not AFKing this, but we'll see. Really? Really? That's it? Okay, I was just about to go to sleep. Wow, okay, I was just going to leave the recording rolling while I killed that last thing so I could get some more editing material, but okay, there's the Shaman Mask. I guess we are done with the grind then. It's absolutely useless. It's kind of beautiful. I mean, yeah, it's good. It's good. So the stats on this thing are -6 in magic and -2 in range and a little bit of defense bonuses. So it's basically just a cosmetic item, but a very cool cosmetic item at that. It's a pretty rare thing and not a lot of people grind these. So yeah, I kind of like it, but now I'm actually going to go to sleep and tomorrow we are going to roll. Or technically today, I guess. Welcome back to the Chunk Picker, where we are crossing off our only task of the chunk. Obtaining a Shaman Mask is done. But before we start unlocking more chunks, let's clear off some misconceptions about what chunks are eligible to roll here. As per the official One Chunk Man rule set, eligible chunks include chunks adjacent and walkable, not including diagonals, chunks that include a transport end node with a beginning in an unlocked chunk that can only be accessed through transport. For example, Yetizo and Nadis node once the Gunners are unlocked. As soon as one set of transport nodes are unlocked, the other endpoints are no longer eligible. Which means I made a couple of mistakes in the previous rolls. First of all, Potterim is not available because we can walk there. Secondly, Brimhaven is also not available anymore because we rolled Musa Point, which is a transport node into Karamja, and we can now walk into Brimhaven. And finally, we should have never had Courser Cove unlockable because we can walk through this agility shortcut, which I did not know. I thought you cannot walk through it before you have completed the quest. So that's my bad. But anyways, we now have that unlocked. But we are removing Potterim and Brimhaven from the mix. So these are all of the chunks that we can now roll. I hope that clears everything up. And I'm sorry about the rolls in the last episode. They were a little bit scuffed, but that's completely my bad. But without further ado, let's go ahead and pick a new chunk. And this time we're going to the lighthouse. Alrighty then. Okay, seems like there are no chunk tasks in there at all. Obviously it's extremely close to the Barbarian Assault, which means that we are one chunk away from another big death chunk. But other than that, none of these chunks are walkable. There's really nothing more to add here. Let's just go ahead and check it in the game, see what we have there. And as always, remember to do your farm runs. 42 farming, you can now grow curry trees. We do have one fruit tree patch very close by in Catherby, which obviously comes with a 99 fletching grind, but let's not worry about that just yet. Can he do it? Can he cross the bridge without taking any damage? No, he cannot. 4 damage. Alright, unlock this new lighthouse chunk. I'm kind of actually wondering why there's no chunk tasks here, but anyways. So we have Larissa. Can you tell me anything about the place? Oh, hello, something the matter? You do not meet all of the requirements to start the horror from the deep. What are we missing for that? Oh yeah, okay. That will take me all through Gillinor, so that's not going to happen for a very, very long time. And the annoying thing is we can't even access the lighthouse before we start the quest, so... Well, that is off limits. We do have Fairy Ring, which also is equally useless. And then we have these basalt rocks that we can cross into the Barbarian Assault. I remember Chipperite, I think, used these for agility training at some point.
Man, I wish it went that fast, but there's 10 agility.
And on this side of the shore, absolutely nothing. But it is a very good chunk to have for hard clues. I think there are 2 hard clues, one of which is inside the lighthouse, which we cannot get into, but the other one should be doable, I think. And yeah, we are 1 chunk away from the pet penance queen grind in the Barbarian Assault, and it is the rarest pet in the game. So if we do roll this, we are in deep shit. But now, let's get back in the chunk picker. So we have added Barbarian Assault, nothing else has changed, no milking, just pick a new chunk. I wonder when we are getting our next big grind. Do we get anything this time? Mountain Camp, that is a no. Okay, there is 1 active chunk task. Progress the quest Mountain Daughter up to step 1, which is talking to Hamal the Chieftain. So that's basically nothing. And we do get another hard clue step from this as well, I think. So it's not too bad, but we'll check it out. Here we are, Rellekker going to Rellekker things. Some more Fremenic things in here. I think we need to go with the rope over the left side of the cliffs. I am... Thought or a Fremenic, that is a long time since I've heard that name. Stay out, Outlander, you are not welcome here, so we do need to go around here on the left side of the cliff, and this is what we need the rope for the quest. Hey, look, it's Foe. Here we go, start the Mountain Daughter quest. A damsel in distress, I will search for her, and that is a chunk task done. I'm the only one in the chunk. For the next step in the quest, we are going to need some of this yicky, yucky, sticky mud, which we can pick up right now. So I guess we can progress the quest a little bit. And I'm kind of wondering if we can actually walk on this left side of this, or this east side of the chunk. Because it looks like it is walkable, but you can't really go there. Oh shit. Sorry, I guess I ruined the account. So I guess we can actually get the Troll Stronghold chunk, not really much of it, but we can walk on this side. I'm just gonna demonstrate once again. Just don't shout at me in the comments, okay? But yeah, you can walk here, so we can actually add this to a rollable chunk, which is quite interesting. So yeah, for the next step in the quest, we need to add some of this mud onto the tree. Now it is not slippery anymore, and we can climb the tall tree, just like so. Take a look at this peak physique, oh my lord. And I guess we can even go to the next part, which are these clumps of rocks. We can use our pole to jump across, not like this. Use the pole on the clump of rocks, and we are gonna do another demonstration of physique right there. And then we need a plank to get across these flat stones. So at the moment we cannot do anything here. We need a plank and we don't have access to one. So once we do, we can progress the quest further, but that is it for the Mountain Daughter for the time being. So we are going back into the chunk picker, and hopefully we get something worthwhile in a little bit here. So I guess we are adding Troll Stronghold into the mix. Even though we cannot get into the Stronghold, we can walk on those couple of tiles that I already did kinda walk on. So similar to this little sliver of snow right here. And yeah, that means we have 18 chunks available to roll at the moment. I am getting very, very afraid that we are going to roll something absolutely horrible soon. We have had so many nothing chunks in a row, but let's just see how it goes. Pick a new chunk. And East Ice Trolls, yet another nothing chunk. Yet again, no chunk tasks, and there's basically nothing else in here either. There's one runite rock right here in this little island, but we can't even get there before we complete the Fremnik Isles quest, so it's basically just another nothing chunk. Let's go and check it out anyways. Wow, it has been a long time since I have been on this side of the islands and this side of the bridge. I want to see if we can actually get in here. I think you need to complete the Fremnik Isles before you can access the runite rocks, but I'm actually not sure. So let's just see how it is. Here's the bridge, and Thakred will repair this bridge after you have completed all of Burger Monis Burgos tasks. So, does that mean we don't actually need to complete the whole Fremnik Isles? I'm not sure. Let's see here. So the Fremnik Isles says I should obtain or spin the rope I need and then talk to Burgers. Why haven't I done that? That's odd. Do you have the 8 pieces of rope the Thakred asked you for? Why haven't I done this? I can't remember what happened here. I definitely have a rope. That's not a problem, so I guess we're gonna turn this in. This turned into something much more than I thought. Okay, we're getting a 1000 coins, and what else do I need to do? I have 2 more tasks before I will tell you the full details. What must I do next? 8 Arctic pine logs which have been split in 2. Alrighty, here you go, Monis Burga. There are your 8 split logs and your 8 pieces of rope. 1.5k reward. I would like you to repair the 2 bridges leading to the Northern Islands. Alright, so this is what we need, I think, 20 construction for. You may find a bridge to a small isle rich in resources. You will not be able to repair it. I still have to replace things. Okay, so that would be the one with the runite which we can't get into. So I think that's it right now. Just to make absolutely sure, I want to try it. I hope this doesn't take me anywhere. Nope. You need a construction level of 20 to repair the bridge. Okay, so that is it for the Fremnik Isles for now. I don't know why I didn't do this part of the quest when I had this chunk, but anyways, now it's done. And yeah, there's nothing else here. Let's go and check the Yatizo side of the chunk. So basically this side of the place is just filled with ice trolls and nothing else. I guess it is a pretty decent place to kill ice trolls since there's these Fremnik warriors fighting them all the time. So it's a not too bad place to fight them. Even on my main Ironman I do come here with my cannon to kill the ice trolls if I have a slayer task. So it's actually a pretty good spot. There's the runite, by the way. But yeah, I don't really see any reason to kill any more ice trolls. So I guess this is basically just a nothing burger right here. So back into the chunk picker we go once again. Well, 28 unlocked chunks, 3 of them today. Eventually you just have to run out of corner content and nothing chunks, right? We have to be getting close to a big one. Let's see what it is this time. Pick a new chunk, hope for something a bit more. Oh, fuck. There it is. There it is. There's the big one. This is absolutely going to be the longest chunk that I have ever rolled. And it's all due to this little field of wheat. Look at the task list. Wow, let's get to work. As always, a big thank you to all the channel members for keeping the series and the channel going. If you're interested in supporting the channel, subscribing is the easiest way, and if you want to go above and beyond, there's a link to the channel memberships down below. Thank you again for watching, I'll see you in the next one.